Welcome, friends, to another edition of Tiffin TV. You guys know who I am. I'm your host, Seishu, and today I am extremely honored to be speaking with the current president of PPA, Michael Timmons. Michael Timmons is based out of Michigan and is a fine art photographer. He helps photographers actually put their pieces together for competition, their art pieces. And so I'm really thrilled to speak with him for one very good reason. He's coming to my state. He's coming to Connecticut at the end of the month in May, and he's going to be speaking with the CTPPA folks here in Connecticut. We're excited to have him here, and welcome. So welcome to the show, sir.
Oh, thank you. It's a pleasure to be with you this afternoon.
Wonderful, wonderful. I know there's with photography just completely exploding. People are taking so many pictures. Everyone is considering themselves a photographer these days. The challenge is, how do you stand out? What is your goal in terms of president of PPA to help photographers who are members stand out in their businesses?
Sure. PPA, of course, is the oldest and most successful photography association in the world. We have upwards almost 28,000 members now in 65 countries that we represent. And being an association that large, we're able to offer many benefits to our members that they personally would have a hard time finding on their own. Our indemnification insurance is one for portrait and wedding photographers that protects them if a camera malfunctions or a card fails or a hard drive crashes or some other tragic event happens in the line of their performing their duties as a professional photographer. So PPA has their back on that if they're a member. We also now offer $15,000 worth of equipment insurance to our members absolutely free. And funny story about that is I was just in Paris at the World Photographic Cup presentation in Montpellier, and I had my camera stolen on that trip. And fortunately, having opted in for the free equipment insurance through PPA, I was actually covered overseas, where my homeowners are my coverage here in the United States would not have covered that because I was out of the country. So that came in very handy for me personally. So, you add that to our online PPA EDU offerings and the recent purchase that PPA made of PhotoVision, the Ed Pierce PhotoVision entire library is now available to our membership at no charge. It's actually cheaper to be a member of PPA now than not be a member of PPA and be in the profession of photography.
Now, those are excellent features and benefits of being a member of PPA. But I'm curious to know, from your perspective of having been in the business for such a long time, you've just mentioned that the PPA, which is the Professional Photographers of America, has 28,000 members. Obviously, that's a great many photographers who are members, but there are probably a million more. I'd just say there are photographers who are not members who are out there who are also competing with photographers who have been in the business for, 5, 10, 15, 20, even 30 years. So my question to you is, how does one stand out in the business when the business is being saturated?
Well, I think it's the same that it's always been in photography for 35 years that I've been a professional photographer, and that's customer service and creating products that your clients want to purchase. Photography certainly is a different business today than it was even 10 or 15 years ago. And the people that are surviving have found their niche. They found a place in photography that they can offer products to their clients that nobody else can do, or they can offer customer service that nobody else can do. So that's how I think you have to set yourself aside. There's so many people that are doing photography these days, and there's certainly a glamour about being a professional photographer, right? We all want to do that, and then there's a lot of people that do that, but a lot of the newer photographers don't realize the work that's involved, that it's not just about creating an image in the camera, that there's post-production work, there's things that have to be done with the file, there's archiving, all of these kind of things that creates work. So the glamour of photography is great, but the work ethic of photography has to follow right along with that.
Absolutely.
As well.
That's a great point. You've just taken on the presidency just this March of this year. You became the president of the PPA. what is the one thing that you're looking forward to uh, accomplishing as president of PPA in your term?
Well, working with the board of directors, we have a fantastic board of directors. We have an incredible staff at PPA headquarters in Atlanta. So this year, I get to go out and meet the membership. I get to interact. I get to go to places like Connecticut and New Hampshire and Washington State, and in addition, we went to France. We're going to China this year as well to represent PPA. So my job this year is be the face of PPA, meet the membership, answer questions, listen to input of the membership. How can we be better than what we are? What benefits are they interested in that we can maybe provide in the future? So, my goal is to see and meet and interact with as many members as I possibly can during my year. Everything at PPA is going along pretty smoothly. We have our international photographic competition coming up in August. The deadline, or the entry date, opens on the 26th of May for that. So, PPA is always involved in some effort to engage the membership. And of course, that all culminates in January 10th through the 12th in Atlanta with Imaging USA, which again will be. Last year we had over 11,000 of our members that attended IUSA in Nashville, and we expect that it'll be that big or more in Atlanta. So that's what I get to do this year. I get to
Fantastic.
Do those things, and it's a lot of fun for me.
Indeed. How long have you been a member of PPA?
I joined PPA in 1983, so 32 years that I've been a member of PPA.
Fantastic. Over the years, clearly, being a member and having seen the organization grow and change and evolve, hopefully, because of the economic conditions of the country, what kinds of things have you noticed that the PPA is really well positioned to do in the future?
Copyright is certainly something that we're still very involved in. We make frequent visits up to Capitol Hill to lobby for the rights of photographers. Some of the current issues that PPA is involved in, of course, is the laws and regulations on drones, which is a popular topic right now, and how that is all going to flesh out for the professional photographer to protect photographers' rights. PPA has always been active in that, but recently we hired a lobbying group in Washington, D.C. to help represent professional photographers, not just PPA members, but all professional photographers in the world, basically, but more specifically what occurs in the laws in the United States. So we're very active with that. And, in addition, the benefits that we have today as a member of PPA are so much more improved than they were 32 years ago when I first joined PPA. And of course, the membership has expanded beyond what a lot of people ever thought PPA could be. And we've had our rough times. And right now, I look at it as because of what previous boards and leadership has done at PPA. Right now, we're sailing pretty well. In the profession right now.
That's great. One of the questions I have to ask you, even though you've just said that things are going well, is that what are the things that you think are going to challenge you in the future? What do you think is going to come up that is going to be a bit of a sticky point for the PPA?
Wow. I'm sure something could rear its ugly head at some point, but if we continue to offer benefits to our membership, I can't foresee a problem that we have right now or anything on the horizon that would affect us. Certainly the economy could have a negative effect. People dropping out of photography could have a negative effect. And even though those things and changes have been occurring in the last few years, our membership continues to grow every year. For the past several years now, we've seen an increase in membership and not a decrease. And
Indeed.
the people that re-sign up, the percentage has gone up because, especially after our equipment insurance. And I keep harping on that, but
Sure.
that's a huge member benefit that's available free of charge. So our retention rate has increased since we implemented that particular member benefit. And we're not happy just sitting back and experiencing our success. We're constantly looking for new ways that we can offer more benefits to the membership and make their experience in professional photography better than it's ever been, and give them the support that they need through education, through mentoring, through friendships that they develop inside of the association at the various events that we have, both at not just at the national level, but at the affiliate level too, at states and guilds and local groups. Those friendships cannot be replaced by anything, and a lot of people don't realize that. If you get sick or you get hurt in a car wreck, who's going to come to your aid? It's not people that you don't know. It's definitely people that you have established a relationship with through your, associations and being affiliated with other members within those associations. That's where your support group comes from.
Absolutely. Again, great points about how the PPA has evolved, has developed, has become this bedrock for photographers to lean on. Hey, thanks a lot for really underlining what the PPA does and how helpful the PPA has been for lots and lots of photographers, you included, clearly because of the recent theft of your camera. One of the things I'm interested in is when you come out and speak to folks locally, what are you excited about saying or even just sort of talking about, so that the folks locally will be excited about the main chapter, the head chapter?
Okay, well, when we come to Connecticut here in a couple of weeks, we're going to actually be speaking on beyond image capture, what happens to your images after you've captured them. Our business model has changed quite a bit. We talked earlier about, what can photographers do to separate themselves from their competition, and we do a lot of interior decor work, kind of fine art, interior decor. So our program is going to be showing people that have the portrait and wedding skills how they can transition and offer a different product line that maybe their competitors aren't providing, to make a little bit of extra money. About 80% of our yearly income now comes from this interior decor part of our business that we transitioned to many years ago. So this program is going to show a little bit about that and how to manipulate images, how to create saleable fine art type images or decor images for businesses, banks, and things like that, using very simple and easy Photoshop tools, and how to offer a different product line with using the equipment and the skills that they already have. So that's going to be the gist of our program in Connecticut that evening.
Excellent. And this is going to be on May 27th, right here in Connecticut. I'll have the information about where and when and all that good stuff right underneath the video. I do hope you will join us and hear Michael Timmons speak about all of that we've just discussed. I think one of the coolest thing is to have a national president come up and be able to present to you directly here locally. And I hope you will take this opportunity to come and meet with him and talk to him about your concerns as well. I'm sure he's open to listening to you and understanding your concerns about what's going on, whether it's with your business or with the chapter or whatever. Definitely step up and say hello to Michael. He's obviously a very friendly guy. So thanks for joining us today, Michael. I appreciate it. I look forward to seeing you on the 27th.
Thank you, and we look forward to being back in New England. This will be our third time this year, and we have a lot of friends there, and we love that part of the country. So we'll look forward to visiting everybody then.
Perfect. Take care. Bye-bye.
All right. Thank you.